When I knew Roland Emmerich was doing this, I was like, oh, this is a guy that knows how to shoot action narrative. You know, not just entertainment, because obviously he's very famous for that as well and very good at that. There has to be a level of understanding this action and really pushing narrative through big sequences. So I kind of knew that when I got to set, it was going to be of that level. But still, I was nonetheless gobsmacked when I got here. Today is the first day I ever saw it, and there is the length of an actual carrier of the USS Enterprise just recreated with two planes that with two I think one's two torpedo bombers that are exact replicas from World War II, and I can't help but think, man, this must be the biggest dream for a set master or prop designer or something like that, because you just get to build these massive toys. I can hardly call them toys, but they're these beautiful pieces of machinery that they now get to bring to life. The just sheer scale of all the extras, all the actors all dressed in the correct period attire and having these planes rolling around, and you just feel like you're in an aircraft carrier. When I joined, I'd only heard that Woody Harrelson and Mandy Moore were doing it, which is cool enough for me. We have Dennis Quaid, we have Ed Skrein, my buddy Luke Evans, we have my buddy Nick Jonas as well. There's so many. Aaron Eckhart. That's the cool thing about big war movies, is that it is such a huge ensemble piece. To be here amongst so many amazing cast members. I'm not even calling myself amazing, but I feel like I get to be amazing next to all these other people. These huge turning points, I think people have to understand how they happened, why they happened, because they're a huge part of what makes the world it is today. Not only the United States or Japan, but the world was shaped by, it was a world war. So hopefully people can be as educated as they will be entertained. I think anytime anybody plays a character that was a real person, of course there's pressure. I guess the advantage is that for the most part, I'm assuming, unless you were around in 1942 on these tours that I was talking about, or on the USS Enterprise, most people are unfamiliar. So with whoever Lindsay was, so you're trying to paint an accessible portrait of somebody that people can hopefully get behind. But in the context of our story, Lindsay is lieutenant commander and is the superior officer to Dick Best, who is one of our story's kind of more central heroes. Even though there's several heroes in the film, I think everybody kind of serves their own heroism in their own way. But him being the sort of hotshot pilot, I think Lindsay, at least in the context of our story, serves as his sort of counter, somebody that is that you think is maybe a little too by the book, but I think you come to realize that this is somebody that has a deep devotion and commitment to his country and to his role as a pilot.